What's up, guys? It's your boy the Iconic Knight, and today I'm bringing you another video. This video is just a little bit different. It's kind of a breakdown video of a fight that I had. Real tricky fight, real challenging fight, and I want to shout out the opponent that I had. I'm going to shout him out at the end of the video. He was a fantastic fighter, really gave me trouble in a lot of these rounds, but I wanted to show you guys this fight because it's a good example on how to use different strategies to kind of get the W at the end of the day. So if you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and let's just jump into this. So starting off in round one, I wanted to get a feel for how this player was fighting with Danny Jacobs, but right off the bat, man, the speed differential was quite clear. He was snapping my head back with the jab, left and right, and he was giving me a real hard time. He was even doubling up, so he would do the standard jab and then throw a power jab right behind it. So I didn't have much to contend with in the speed department in terms of Danny Jacobs. But again, this is just the first round where you wanna analyze your opponent and make sure that you're getting visual on their tendencies and what they do most. And what this man did the most, bro, was throw jabs between and before every single encounter. That jab was getting flicked out. So now in round two, again, more of the same, throwing the jab, checking that the speed differential was not there. Carl Froch is very slow compared to Danny Jacobs, but you know, I thought I would stand my ground, maybe do some catch and shoot. And I didn't have much success utilizing that technique or that strategy as well. So I kind of went back to just fighting off the back foot, seeing if you can make some mistakes and give me some openings. Here, I started to try to implement the weave and come up with a hook, hoping that, you know, before he threw that jab, my hook would intercept. I had a little bit of success with it, but then he started to lean back, and he kind of got a hold of that pretty quickly. So in the midst of me throwing those hooks, I wasn't the only one trying to make adjustments. He made an adjustment that was fantastic. He started throwing uppercuts after the jab. So there you go, the first two attempts. This is the third attempt, and finally on the fourth attempt, he was able to knock me out, or knock me down, excuse me, with the uppercut, which I thought was a fantastic adjustment on his part. Now starting round three, again, more of the same. You see every single, he's very technical with it, and that's what I really loved about this fight. It was very challenging. I was trying to fight with my hands down and see if I can utilize that kind of play style, but he was really fundamental with it. The jab he was using often. Look, you see there, he even cut me wide open with the jab. He was using that jab to perfection, to absolute perfection. Danny Jacobs probably has my favorite jab in the whole entire game. I love using Danny Jacobs, and he uses him perfectly. So here we're exchanging, and I'm just trying to look for some openings. You see there, I lean back, and boom. That's what I felt like I could capitalize on. If you saw earlier, I leaned back because I felt like the counter opportunity was going to be there for me. And as you see, we got a flash knockdown after that. So after that knockdown, I wanted to coast. I knew I had that round. That round was 10-8 automatically, so there was no need to put myself in harm's way. So I wanted to just stay on the outside, maybe look for more opportunities where he could mess up, and just find those openings for me. So I didn't want to risk myself at the end of round three there. Now jumping into round four. Again, trying to establish a jab of my own, and trying to, this round, implement the slips. I know he's throwing the jab. I know every time we engage, every time we collide with each other, that jab is going to come my way. So I was anticipating the jab, but he was keeping that in his pocket. He wasn't throwing it out as much, or he was throwing it out after I would slip. So my timing was just a little off. I didn't fully grasp the timing of his jab yet at that point. But as you see there, he leaned back. He noticed that I was looking for the counter with the lean back, and he would lean back as well. And then this moment, he set me up with a beautiful jab and then a power right hook to stun and rock me. I just nearly got out of there by the skin of my teeth, and survived round 4 without getting knocked down. But my man was really cooking me up with these jabs. Look at that. As you can see, jab, 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 power jab. I mean, the jab was his greatest tool this fight. And I was really having difficulty getting in there and capitalizing on any open opportunities that he was giving me. Here we end the round. Nice, clean, clinical, little body shots here and there. Okay, so now start of round 5. Again, he's working that jab ferociously, and I started throwing out the jab left hook, and it proved to be very successful. I was interrupting his strikes. Getting him to shell up more was my goal. And here you can see he's fighting a lot more cautiously and shelled up, which opened this opportunity. I was able to bang to the body, come upstairs with a left hook, rock him, and drop him with a nice power shot to the body. That was my intention. I wanted to get him fighting a little more cautiously and less confident. But he immediately threw that away. He has like a 2-second memory. He immediately started fighting the way he does, throwing out the jab, hitting me with the speed. The guy was really good at not getting flustered by anything that I was doing successful, and he stuck to his game plan to a T. So we ended off that round pretty much with me getting the knockdown. So it's a 10-8 on my part as well. And then again, back to the jab. But in round 6, I wanted to implement a little more counter punching here, to see if I can capitalize on the amount of jabs he was throwing, because I was bound to counter at least one of them. And you see there, boom, nice slick lean back, pull counter, opens him up, couple shots to the head. And here when he's rocked, I'm flicking the jab out because I want to stay on top of him. I don't want to give him enough space to retreat, because I know that he's still hurt. And boom, as you can see, because he just got out of that rock state, I'm able to capitalize and rock him again and immediately get the knockdown. So that was pretty much the end of round 6 there. Actually, that's not the end of round 6. So we're gonna continue working the counters, and boom, we get that flash KO. I completely forgot about that. That was the 10-7 round that I had in this fight. So we got 2 knockdowns, and this is off of the counter to the jab. And you see there, I start the round baiting. I'm baiting that jab. I'm leaning back, expecting that to come, because I'm looking for more counter shots. I know that he doesn't let go of the jab, and I know that in every encounter, the jab is his main tool. He uses the jab, I mean, beautifully, honestly. The jab is his go-to. It sets up everything that he did successful in the fight was due to that jab. But here, he's rocked, and I want to stay on him like white on rice. I don't want him to go anywhere. I want to make sure that this KO, I finish this KO. So I cook him with a nice power shot up top, power shot to the body on his way down. And at this point, I thought I had the fight fucking won. I thought the man was dead. But Danny Jacobs, I mean, Jesus Christ, they don't call him the Miracle Man for nothing. The man stood up after getting knocked down 3 times, basically, consistency. 2 in the last, and then 1 in that last round as well. Or excuse me, 1 in this round. This was a fantastic fight. I really enjoyed this fight. Really enjoyed this fight. Legendary J, it was this guy's screen name, and I'll put it here on screen. He was a fantastic, challenging fight. So thank you for being my dance partner, because without you, this fight could not happen. But again, every time I rock somebody, I just want to flick that jab out. I want to close the distance. I want to stay on top of you as much as possible and apply that pressure. There, I couldn't secure the knockdown, unfortunately. But again, we rocked him, and we rocked him twice right before the end of the 7th. Flicking out that jab. Boom, boom, boom. I want to stay on him, make sure that he's hurt, and just get all this stirring in his mind. The pressure, the kind of complete polar opposite to the beginning of the fight that he had, where he was cooking me. Now, he's gotten rocked multiple times, and it wasn't able to do much of anything towards the later half of the fight until round 8. Round 8, he started going power punch heavy. So every time he leaned back, he was throwing a power right hook. Every time we got in the pocket, power right hook. And me, I'm coming in with my hands down. Unfortunately, he caught me with a counter power right over the top of my strike there. Backed me up into a corner beautifully. I kind of fed it to him, honestly, and he cooked me with a power left uppercut that knocked me down to the canvas. Now, thankfully, I was able to get up after this knockdown, but that was a fantastic comeback, kind of knockdown on his part in terms of the fight. So pretty much the end of round 8, he got super aggressive, and he was just trying to finish the job. Me, I'm walking around like a zombie, bloody face, fucking barely stable, just trying to get out of Fire's way, man. Trying to get out of the way of these attacks, and I wanted to dish out some damage of my own. Every time he leaned back, I wanted to do those lunging hooks forward, because he wasn't really coming back with too many counters throughout the whole fight. But here, you know, we hit each other with power. He hits me with a power strike. I hit him with a power strike. We ended the round pretty much slugging. and I didn't need to. I didn't need to put myself in harm's way. But this is just how I like to fight in this game. I don't like to run. I don't like to coast. You know what I mean? If we're still standing, then we're going to fight. We're going to stand and bang. But this was kind of a little bit of a breakdown. I know I'm talking over the most of the fight, but it's really just an explanation of my thought process, what I was thinking in the fight, what I wanted to adjust to, and I thought it turned out to be a fantastic fight. Again, legendary J01, man, thank you, appreciate you being the dance partner. And if you guys like this video, man, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you already know, as always, man, I love you, Jesus Christ loves you, God bless you all, see you in the next video. Peace.